I mean, I've got to see what happens next, right? They're hinting that something else can happen. Here we go. Same entry as before. In the old days, man tried to catch a glimpse of the future in the strangest of ways. They locked themselves in dark rooms, not partaking of food and drink. At the stroke of midnight, they ventured out into the night through the dark woods where strange creatures roamed. To see if they would be wealthy, to see if they'd be happy, to see if they would live, to see if they would be loved. Alright, so let's take a look. North of... Oh. What? North of the mill, south of the brook. The Theom 68, 1894. The 68, 1894. That sounds like a username and password. Is that what this is? The 68, 1894. What? 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 That's... okay. Didn't think there was going to be anything vaguely digital in this game, so when I saw a login thing, I thought this was some kind of weird website integration. But it's in here. Oh my goodness, they keep going, don't they? Whoa! All the way up to January. Okay. August 4th. Hello, new system. Testing photo upload. We have a picture of just a building. It works. Should probably write here more often. Read about every book on Swedish folklore there is. Surprised how little has been written about year walking. Need more sources of information. Talk to ES. He suggested some field work. Might be good, but I feel that I might be 30 years too late. ES. Hang on a second. Theodor, Almsten, Simogo. Who's ES? Theodor Almsten was born in Stockholm, 1968, but spent most of his youth in Edinburgh, where his mother was born. He graduated from Lund University in 1992 and is a doctor of philosophy at the Faculty of Ethnology. His lectures on the manifestations of evil in folklore has been full every term from 1998 and onwards. Theodor has written 3 books on Scandinavian folklore. The Crone's Tongue has been translated to 16 languages and received the prestigious Hornet Award in 1999. He has had numerous appearances on Swedish television, and an unaired children's short film called The Grimm was partially based on Theodor's research. So that's who I'm logging in as. That's Theodor. Oh. This whole thing is copyright Simogo. But these are Theodor's posts. This is getting weird and meta or something. Is Simogo the name of the company that made the game, but also the copyright of the journal? And Theodor's in the game as a character, but might be a real person? I'm not sure. These are real life pictures, at least. Talk to ES, suggested some field work might be good, but I feel like I might already be 30 years too late. Been talking to elderly folks, eating cookies and drinking coffee. Their knowledge about year walking has been limited, to say the least. Barely anyone of them knew what it was. If they did, they'd heard stories as children but forgotten the details. Thinking ES sent me on a wild goose chase. Interviews at the retirement home. May I never grow old. The last interview was intriguing but very brief. Talked to one Astrid Jansen. She was over 100 years old, clear at times, did not know a lot about folklore, but she did claim that her grandfather's brother had once year-walked. Sadly, she did not know his name. He had died many years before she was born. Might have to look into it. Her maiden name was Svensson. Which leaves me with a lot of possibilities. She was born in Ventorp, and I can only hope that her grandfather was as well. More interviews, nothing worth mentioning. Professor Asp called today. He hinted that the faculty wanted to take part in my research. September 2nd. I can't read that at all. Followed up on my visits to the retirement home. In the early 20th century, there were 6 households in Ventorp with the surname Svensson, according to the church book. Astrid was born in 1913. Her grandfather was named Karl Fredrik. He had 2 brothers. One died in 1942. The other brother, Daniel Svensson, died in 1895. Since Astrid said that her great-uncle died before she was born, Daniel is the one that supposedly year-walked. A miller apprentice. Going to the library to check out old newspapers today. Looked for a reference to Daniel Svensson in old newspapers. I'm grasping at straws. Another day at the library, nothing of interest. Bored. I'm about to give up. Excited. The newspapers finally mention a Daniel Svensson. He was apparently arrested for the murder of a young woman in Ventorp. Is Daniel who we played as in this game? Vedtorp den 21st Enudmang have arrestas for motet par... I can't read that actually. I'm just pretending I can read it. Once you get a lot of J's and umlauts, I get a little more lost. That Fjärdingsmannen person had a motet. Oh, I don't know. It's not German, so I couldn't even read if it was German, but I'd be closer to being able to read it, and it's not German. Information is scarce. Her name was Stina Nilsson, and she was a miller's daughter. Her body was found in a field outside the village. She'd been stabbed multiple times. The library should be open longer. Hope I can find any reference to his supposed year walk. So this game is about this person that we just heard about, who was arrested for murdering Stina Nilsson by stabbing them to death. This miller's daughter. So Daniel Svensson went on this year walk. The motive behind the murder seems to have been jealousy. Not many details. Apparently Stina was going to marry Lucas Tapper. She was on her way home from Lucas's parents when she was intercepted by Daniel. She was found the following morning, just 17 years old. I felt a tad guilty about my excitement yesterday. After all, there is a great tragedy behind all this. The press seemed to have lost interest in the case after a while. Found nothing today. Maybe ES can tell me something. Had a long talk on the phone with ES. The murder case was unknown to him. He had however, spent a lot of time in Ventorp during the 60s when he studied folklore in the area. There had been a rather peculiar runestone that seemed to predate the Viking Age. ES claims that there was a definite connection between the symbols on the stone and the year walking. He could not tell how. Want to check it out. Went to the library again, in case I missed something about Daniel. Indeed, I had. Found another article. Feeling upset and a little bit sad. Borrowed the article just in case. Perhaps there is more to learn about Daniel. Booked a hotel room in Ventorp. Arrived in Ventorp. It's a small place. One street cuts through the village. It's rather depressing place, to be fair. The weather would not do any place justice. The hotel is empty besides me and a group of dog toy manufacturers who are a bit on the noisy side. Must ask chef for the veal recipe. Got a map from the hotel owner. Excited about the archive. Have the feeling that I will find something major. Just got back from the archive. An interesting place. Sadly, it's only open 4 hours a day. It's understandable since I was the only visitor. Possibly found the files I need. Tomorrow, reading. And lots of it. I knew it. The archive has exceeded my wildest dreams. On New Year's Eve, year 1893, Daniel Svensson did indeed yearwalk. The court records refer to this his yearwalk on several occasions. I have just started to scratch the surface. There must be beliefs hidden among these papers that have been forgotten for ages. Amazing. This is by far the latest recorded yearwalk. I hope I'm excused for borrowing the file from the archive. They gave me little choice since they're closed during the weekend. Could not sleep last night. Too excited about the files. Much of the records are of legal nature, but there are relevant passages. Daniel claimed he knew that he would murder Stina after seeing it in a vision on his yearwalk. Sadly, the scribe has not bothered to take it all down, and occasionally just refers to it as ramblings of a madman. Poor boy. There are certain elements that are new to me. Must write them down in detail later on. Need fresh air. Daniel's cabin, Solsorten, is briefly mentioned in the protocol. We'll ask about it. Hope it still exists. So here's my question, by the way. Is this entirely fictional? Is this just having a fun story, like a Dan Brown novel, where he just kind of screws around and writes these thrillers around a few historical things he likes or something? Or is this actually a journal, be it retroactively fictionalized or maybe even a genuine journal of the developer or a person that worked with the developer and their investigations about yearwalks in the first place? What? That's the box. That's the box. That's the box that's right outside in the intro. That's the box. Shit. Shit. That one? That was close, I think. There we go. September 30th. Drove around for hours in the forest today. These are woods to get lost in. Asked for the directions of every local. Most people never heard of the cabin. Was about to give up when I met an old man. His aunt had lived there till the 60s. From then, it had 3 different owners that used it as a summer home until the mid-80s. The last family that owned the cabin only stayed there one summer. Their 5-year-old son drowned in a brook nearby. After that, they never returned. Nobody's lived there since. The old man's nephew owned the land. I asked the old man if I could pay them a visit. He did not think there would be anyone that would mind. So there we have reference to the brook horse again, or something related to that. A 5-year-old drowning in the river. So that's the book, right? That's the freaking box. Not even mentioned yet, is it? There's a house. Is that the house? Are those photos going to turn out to be the house from the beginning? The one I started out in? The cabin is situated deep into the forest. No sign, no road, just a narrow path. This was the place where he started his year walk over 100 years ago. Felt overwhelmed by the thought. Could not enter. It's a lonely place. The only building I could find in the area was an underground storehouse. Guess it might have belonged to the cabin. It was too dark to see anything, but I can't imagine there would be anything of significance in there. On my way back to the store, I found this strange box. What an odd thing to leave in the middle of the forest. Seems to be in more or less mint condition. Could not resist taking it. Tonight I need whiskey, and lots of it. Okay, so that explains the gap. This stuff said it was copyright 2013, 2014. That explains stuff. So we have modern photographs and a modern car and a modern person doing historical or journalistic things, but it's a story from 100 years ago. And that's the gap between what we're seeing in the game and what I'm seeing in this weird interface element that I'm using right now. Went to Venthorpe Church today. It's a small white stone church built in the 12th century. The place where the church stands has been used for worship, even earlier than that. According to the priest I met, he showed me around the premises. Bought a bouquet of flowers. Put a bouquet of flowers on Stina's grave. Seemed appropriate. The almost unlikely somber epitaph read, "In memory of our loving daughter, Stina Nilsson, 1877 to 1894. Her cries for mercy could not sway his hand." Wow. That's a hell of a grave. Less than 20 years old. Depressing. Searched for Daniel's grave, but there was no stone, and according to the priest, there probably never was. The gravestones ES told me about are gone. The priest is not sure where they are or when they disappeared. Weather has been unreasonably bad. Spent the day at the country archive. Had trouble concentrating. Tried to locate a photograph of Daniel Svensson, but no luck. The clerk explained that a lot of stuff was lost when the files were moved from the regional archive back in 1976. Apparently there was another murder case in Ventorp in the early 1890s. A Lisa Rasmussen drowned 4 infants in a creek. She was an angel maker who received foster children from poor unmarried mothers. Lisa promised to find the babies good homes in exchange for a hefty sum of money. This was all a charade. As soon as the mothers had paid what little they owned, she drowned their children in a nearby creek. All files from that trial have been lost. Outrageous. Think I'm done with the archive. Been thinking a lot about that church. Strange day. The runestones ES talked about is not marked on any map. Talked to the man at the service station. He drew a rather primitive map. Searched for the stone for a long time. Almost gave up. Found it at last. Felt compelled to touch it. Had the strangest sensation of looking beyond. Beyond what? The feeling lasted for quite some time. Heading home tomorrow. Wish I had more time. The stone is old. Might predate Christianity. But I failed to see how it was connected to year walking. Could not resist stopping by the church on the way home. Walked around it for a bit. It's a pretty church, not remarkable, but there is something about it. Feel that the church and the stone are connected somehow. So we have the stone with the 3 eyes on it. Could be Photoshop, could be actually a thing he saw. Something about the engravings don't quite look real to me, I'm not sure. There's the box again. It's amusing to see that prop for real. Found the box when I unpacked. I'd almost forgotten about it. It seems to have some lock-like construction, but I have yet to understand exactly what it is or how to open it. It reminds me of one of those puzzle boxes. The wheel with the symbols suggests it's opened by entering a password. It must be old. Maybe ES knows something about it. Decided not to tell ES about the box. He might not appreciate that I took it with me. He's always nagging me about ethics. Busy week. Classes and meetings. This faculty is really getting in the way of my research. Feeling a bit strange. I've had weird dreams ever since I came back from Ventorp. Odd dreams. Let's party, Theo. Call ASP, call EBBE, prepare lecture, Swedish. Bird person and cow person? Yeah, those would be odd dreams. Dreamt that I was in a vast wasteland. I was searching for the keys to my locker together with Jenny from high school. We laughed and dug in the sand. Suddenly the sky lit up and Jenny pointed to a simple constellation of stars. She whispered in my ear to never forget it. Jenny? 8th of October, I think? A 3-star thing? Triangle? I asked her what it meant. But she was dead and her bones were withered and old. Woke up and have been feeling rather queasy ever since. Is a triangle one of the symbols? October 8th. It's the downward triangle. Huh. So October 8th has a downward triangle. Read an account of a year walk by a man called Romadal in an old book I came over. in a used bookshop. Romedal's story is a little more than a tall tale told by a drunken oaf. Most of them seem to be. Daniel sticks out. It haunts me. Held a lecture on year walking. Several faculty members attended it. They ridiculed me in front of the students. Another strange dream. Was doing my homework. Was stressed because the oil lamp was running out of oil, and when it did, the pale horse outside of the window would come inside. The lamp burned out, and everything went black. Woke up soaked in sweat. That's not one of the symbols, though, is it? Dream, 12th of October. It's just the horse. Must remember to buy groceries. Fiddled with the box. I have no clue how to open it. Frustrating. What jealous, small-minded, greedy creatures the faculty members are, and they will undoubtedly create small-minded, jealous, and greedy students. Don't feel the need to share any of my research with the faculty anymore. They don't deserve to read something that my hand has written. They will not understand anyway. The thought of what is inside that box is like an itch that can't be scratched. I've searched for references to anything about it, but I have found nothing that resembles it at all. Is there anything down there, by the way? Nope. Having more strange dreams. Something happened in those woods. Is year walking a mere vision quest? Are the visions brought on by lack of light and food? Yes, believes so. Not so sure. Dreamt of the runestone. Was in the forest outside Venthorpe. Miss Bowman was walking up to me. I was very afraid. She said that I had been a bad boy and broken the rules. Before I could defend myself and tell her that I did not mean to be naughty, she withered into dust. Found myself in front of the runestone. The Grimm's eyes glowed at me. Woke up. Find myself thinking of the stone. What does it mean? And how is it connected to year walking? What did people do in those woods? It's a whole lot of symbols. Not necessarily helpful. Do not feel like sleeping tonight, drinking coffee and watching TV. If I stay awake, those dreams will stay away. Could not understand much of my students' presentations today. Must sleep. Someone's watching me all the time. Got an email reminder to deliver the text for the game. Wrote 7 or 8 pages. Hopefully it's enough. Waiting. Don't know for what. Have a feeling that something is on its way. Received an odd email today. That's a semicircle. October 30th. Oops, wrong one. Yep. That's the semicircle. Got over 1,000 of these during last night. The email seemed to have stopped when my inbox was full. Don't know what it could mean. Maybe it's a prank by one of my students, but they seem too unimaginative to come up with something like this. Don't think it will end here. Is it some kind of threat? Called the priest. Told him of my plight. He said that Venthorpe sometimes has strange effect on people, but it's rarely lasted. Do not think he understands. I was going to ask him about the box, but decided to hang up when he suggested that I should see someone. Woke up last night. Heard baby screams from beneath the floorboards. Panicked. Managed to pry up some of the floorboards. The screaming stopped. The Watchers, the Night Raven, the Huldra, the Brook Horse, and the Church Grim. There might be others, cannot be sure. Can they disguise themselves? Maybe they can read my mind. The Watchers, because they watch. That's what they do. But is it all they do? No symbols this time. Year walk equals system error. Year walking works, but it was never meant to. It's against the rules. The universe blinked its eye, and someone crossed old barriers that are known as time and space. The Watchers are waiting, but who are watching the Watchers? How can you bend time and space? There's a lot going on there. Got in a heated argument with ES. He is surprisingly scornful of my theories. Must remember that he is an old man, and he might not be as open to new ideas any longer. He claims that it is impossible to gaze into the future. The future's not set. Nothing happens until it happens. Of course it's impossible to look into the future according to logic, but I'm not sure they are playing according to our rules. The Watchers are more than they appear, and less. They are real, yet they are unreal. They do not exist in the manner that this table and this chair exist. How do I know these things? Are they my thoughts? Am I writing this? I certainly did not draw this, but yet it's here in my notebook. A square. I forgot to check what page I was on. Crap. Not even close. It'll take a while to go that way. I wish they would mark where you left off a little bit. Watchers or antibodies? Whoa. That's drawing the grim like it's the universe? Daniel broke the rules and he was punished. Held another lecture. The last one for a long while, it seems. It's been decided that I need a break, but it matters not. Have more important things to do. I've been an idiot. Someone's playing with me, these shapes. It's the same as in the box. Did someone see me take it? Tried the symbols I have received, but the box remains shut. There must be more coming. Woke up last night. Telephone rang. Answered. Could not hear anyone. Hung up. Ring again. Answered. Could hear someone speak on the other side. Could not make out what was being said. The voice was too far away. Hung up. It kept ringing. Cut the cord. Bought whiskey. Bought food. People stare. Don't want to go out there again. Too many know who I am. If you break the rules, there will be consequences. Wish I had not cut the cord to my phone. Need to hear a human voice. Don't dare go out. As if I didn't even notice, one of the paintings in my living room has been replaced. Must have happened during the 30 minutes I slept. Cannot let my guard down. Someone was here, or something. Will the antibodies come for me? Am I a virus in the eyes of the universe? November 29th. That's an upward triangle. I was going to drag the bar, but it doesn't work. Boarded up the balcony and all the windows. Nothing can come in now, I hope. Shouldn't be possible. But someone was here again. I'm definitely being threatened. There was a knife on the kitchen table. Old but sharp? I realize that the knife is his. We are connected. The church is central to this, and yet it is not. Perhaps the church itself is not important, but rather the energy of the place. Perhaps the gate is always there, but it's not a gate. Gates are meant to be opened or closed. This is a rift in the fabric of the very existence of everything. But why allow it? Why has the universe, or God, or someone, not shut the gate? If we're not meant to do it, why let us? I can hear the heart of the universe beating. What is happening? I feel like a worm under a big boot. I feel the shadow hanging over me, waiting to get crushed. She sings, and I shall follow. She is trying to fool me. That I know. But I must get closer to her, because then I get closer to the key that leads to the heart of it all. I didn't steal the box because it begged me to take it. I didn't steal the box because it begged me to take it with me. Daniel survived all the watchers sent by the universe. He was lured by the temptress, brought the innocents to the pale horse, unearthed the parasite, and finally faced the master of them all. But yet he was destroyed. Could it have gone any other way? Was he doomed from the start? Am I doomed? Is the future set, or can it be altered? Must help him. It's the right thing to do. There's a bond between us. Might have figured it out. 5 watchers, 5 symbols, which means there's one more coming. So tired. Can't seem to hold my thoughts for any period of time. Should probably eat more often, but I must resist. It's important that I come prepared. The heart beats stronger, but I will break it and see beyond everything. In the end, it was the nature of man that got Daniel. Must free myself of all desires. That's how they get to you. Can love really be a weakness, or is it strength? And the poor girl, it just seems unfair. Is there anything I can do? If the future can be altered, why not the past? Am I playing the part of the fool in the cosmic play? And if so, to what purpose? Disconnected the microwave oven just in case. Feeling absolute terror at the possibility that there is no purpose, no rhyme, no reason to any of it. Why me? The only way that I can help is if I break the rules. It will come at a price, but what do I care if I can rise above it all? 2 rules universal, time, space. If broken, above it all, and doom? How? Saw her lifeless body. She's beautiful, even in death. Have been crying ever since. It all seems so needless, so cruel. Ready for anything. Don't care anymore. It's finally here, the last one. Woke up and this was on my palm. Semicircle down. Tried to wash it off. It's a tattoo. Tested them in all different kinds of combinations, but I could not figure out how to do it. I must sleep. I will open that box tomorrow. Alright, it's a bottom semicircle. This thing ends on January 1st, though, so let's finish the journal first. Of course, so simple. Rotate the wheel, release them when the symbol aligns with the grim. In the order they were delivered to me. But why was it empty? I thought it was Daniel all along. I thought he was here. But it could not have been him who sent me the password. It doesn't make sense. If the box was empty, it means it must be filled? I still do not understand who sent the symbols. If it was not the boy, then it must have been the Watchers. But why? Are they toying with us? Helping us in some perverse, twisted way? From the get-go, he was doomed. They got him at the very thought of year-walking. But I think the girl can be saved. I put everything he needs in the box and locked it. I will leave it where I found it. Where all of this started. If my mind is set on this, does this mean that I am doomed too? The rift is open. It wants me to go through. It's like notes about when he should leave or something? Good, weak, something best? Oh, Christmas and New Year's Eve. Packed my things. I wonder if I will come back. It's just... Is that the church? There's the windmill. So he came back. That's the house. Soul sortin'. It's cold here. Wish I could light a fire, but I must do it right. Surprised how calm I feel. Only hours remain. It's midnight. That's it. So his story ends with him going on a year walk himself. Then maybe never being heard from again. So bottom semicircle's the last one. Murder executed January 21st. Yesterday morning, Ventorp killer Daniel Svensson was executed at Kristianstad prison. He was found guilty for the heinous murder of Stina Nilsson last year. The death sentence has been criticized by the highly renowned Dr. Helmer Lundback, who stated that Daniel's suffering from an abnormal psyche. He seems to have problems discerning past from present, and his visions of terrible creatures, something not uncommon among schizophrenics. Daniel cannot be held accountable for his actions and should be given treatment at an institution for the criminally insane. The execution was performed by Gustav Dahlberg. This was his 4th execution. Last year, he was to perform the execution of the notorious Lisa Rasmussen, who was charged with the murder of 4 infants in Ventorp, but who took her own life before the sentence could be carried out. Security has been improved greatly since. Daniel Svensson was composed during the whole process. Besides the slightly shaking hand so common among the criminal type, you could not tell Daniel from any other young men. He sobbed loudly when laid when he laid his head down low, but quickly regained his composure. A quick prayer and a swift, powerful stroke, and it was over. According to the attending priest, Granath, Daniel's last words were, "I should have killed myself, then none of this would have happened." You are long dead when I write this, and I have not yet been born, yet we have a connection beyond life. Death, space, and time, the impossible made possible by year walking. But the Watchers always win. Even though you've not passed through the rift yet, they sense the urge, and they want their sacrifice. I wish there could be another way. I'm sorry. But for her there's still hope. You can save her. You know what you must do. And that's the second ending? Yeah, there it goes. Alright. So he sees the future, and he kills the person that he loves, and then he gets executed. He kills them for jealousy, and the year walk bound him to do that once he saw their sacrifice and everything, and saw that was going to happen. So, instead, this person from the future who hears his story and obsesses over it finds a way to send a message back in time through this box, and Daniel's solution is to kill himself so that he doesn't kill the person that he's going to see a vision about killing. That is one hell of a weird twist for one hell of a weird game. Wow. Really interesting use of multiple endings too, and that Chekhov's gun of what in the world that damn journal was going to mean this whole time that was just waiting up there in the corner of the screen, and I didn't know how it was going to play in. I didn't know what it meant, and I kind of dismissed it at first. The end. Alright, this has been Year Walk. Very neat. Thanks for watching like always, guys. I'll see you next time. Another short indie game or puzzle game or something. I like the idea of keeping this trend open.